All right, welcome back, everybody. So it's been a while since we've done one of these news videos, been kind of focusing on the betting breakdowns. But yesterday, Dana White announced some crazy stuff. A lot of announcements came out, and we kind of all knew that something was coming because we all heard leading up to the JDM Bilal fight that if Bilal was to win, Islam would be fighting Ilia Topuria, and it turns out that fight was literally already negotiated, ready to go. But if JDM was to win, Islam would be moving up. Now, I thought he would be keeping his belt, but turns out I do think at the end of the day, Dana's not letting them do the whole double champ thing anymore because Islam did say before that he wants to keep his lightweight belt. But now that JDM won, Bilal lost the title, Islam vacated the belt, and now he's going to be moving up to welterweight officially. And technically, he's still champion, but really, there's no lightweight champion right now. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'm surprised that Dana, because I thought that Ilya, when he gave up his title, he did it out of his own decision. He just didn't want to make the weight anymore. It seemed like I think somebody asked Dana about it, and Dana said, no, it's fine. If they're able to stay active, they can be a double champ. But now that Islam gave up his belt too, I don't think Dana's allowing them. I think he's telling them if you're moving up, you're giving up your belt. And it's been Islam's dream forever now to be a double champion. He's been talking about it for years. So he's moving up in weight to get that second strap. And so, yeah, we have a ton of announcements. We'll start with the less exciting stuff and we'll work our way up. But it's kind of all pretty exciting. First off, Patchy Mix officially signed to the UFC. Turns out Ariel Helwani dropped the news today. Yesterday it came out that the PFL released him. And we've all kind of known that Patchy's been trying to get out of there for a while now. I think over a year. He's been quite literally just asking and begging to get out and to go on and continue his career because PFL's just not booking these people. They're not booking the champs. They're not booking the high level guys that they have. And they're leaving in droves. Aaron Pico left, Pitbull left, and now Mix left. And we got him in the UFC. I'm hearing rumors. It's only rumors. I don't have a real source. But I'm hearing rumors that he's going to be fighting on UFC 316 because Mario Bautista now needs a new opponent. Marlon Chito Vera fell out of that fight. So we might be getting Patchy Mix versus Mario Bautista. And it does make a lot of sense because Bautista, deserves a step up. And Patchy Mix, I know he's not from the UFC. He's new to the promotion, but he's a step up from his previous competition. I know Jose Aldo's the GOAT, but at this stage of his career, I would say that Patchy Mix is a better bantamweight, and it is a step up, in my opinion, for Bautista, even though it's a guy who's coming into the UFC. And I don't know if it's a step up for Mix, honestly, because he's been fighting some pretty high-level guys over there, but it's a tough test, but he deserves to be dropped into the top of the division, so I'm really excited to hopefully see that fight, and regardless, I'm hyped to have Patchy Mix in the UFC. After that, we got a few announcements for UFC 317, two non-title fights, Dariush versus Moicano. I believe that's already been booked before. It fell apart. I don't remember exactly what card. I just remember that I had a bet on Dariush as an underdog, and I'll be doing the same thing if they give me the same line. Excited about that fight. Pretty meaningful for the lightweight division, but I don't really see either guy challenging for a title probably ever again. Not that Dariush ever did, but... And then Costa versus Kopylov. Paulo Costa, he's getting, I guess, a step down, but Kopilov's getting a step up, getting a bigger name, and should be a really good fight, but I think Kopylov should kind of just roll there. Definitely seems like the UFC realized that Paulo Costa's about done, and they're trying to give Kopylov a big name for the resume. Now, big fights for UFC 317. First one, Alexander Pantoja taking on Kai Kara France. We've talked about this in the past. It was rumored for other dates, but it's going to be on UFC 317. Awesome fight. I'm a huge Alexander Pantoja guy. I've always been a big fan of his. Was super excited when he became champ. And I do think he probably wins this one, but I think a lot of people are counting out Kai Kara France. And if the line continues to widen and be this wide where it's like plus 250 Kai, I'm probably going to take a shot. As much as I love Pantoja, I think Kai Kara France is an elite counter grappler, a really good striker, a lot of power. And Pantoja, I love the guy, but he's still very hittable, and I still think he's a little bit chinny. So winnable fight for Kai and a really exciting matchup. And then the main event is the one we all really want to talk about. It's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. I'm going to be real. I'm a little pissed. I knew this was coming, so I can't act surprised. But I can still be pissed. And I'm a little pissed because I know there's not many of us. I know there are not many Arman Sarukian fans out there. I'm one of very few. But I'm a big fan. I'm a firm believer that he could have and would have beaten Islam Makhachev in the rematch. I really thought so. I had a bet on him. And then when that fight fell off, I was really, really upset, especially because Merab beat Umar. And I really think that Arman would have beaten Islam as well, or at least was very live to do so. And it sucked to lose that. And I understand telling Arman, okay, you fumbled the bag, go and get another win. Fine. But he literally beat Charles Oliveira in his last fight. And now we're giving Charles the title shot because he beat Chandler, who Patty just beat the crap out of. Are we gonna? That's the next thing, by the way. Because watch this. So Arman, he's not getting this fight. They're gonna make him fight again. They gave Charles the fight. They gave Charles the fight because A, they know it's exciting and it's a big name for Ilya, and B, because they know Ilya's going to win. He's going to win. I'm fairly confident that he's going to finish Charles Oliveira. He's the perfect kind of guy to beat Oliveira. In my opinion, you beat Oliveira if you're a better striker than him. You can knock him down, but you don't have to be scared to follow him to the ground. Because how does Oliveira constantly beat these guys like Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, who are hurting him? Because he gets more recovery time than the average person, because the normal striker isn't going to want to follow him to the ground. Watch the way Dustin Poirier fought him. He was terrified of Oliveira's ground game. Gaethje not so much, and ended up costing him. Well, he ended up getting dropped too. But regardless, I think Topuria is going to beat Charles. The problem here is I don't think they're going to give Arman the next shot either. I think what they're going to do is they're going to give Patty the next shot. They finally built him up. They finally got him a big win over Chandler. He's undefeated in the UFC. He's a big name for some reason that they continue to push. And him and Ilya already have some built-in beef. There's already a built-in storyline there. So watch. Just watch and remember my words. Oliveira's going to lose. Topuria's going to become champion in the lightweight division. And they're going to make Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett. Watch. It's going to be crazy. The buildup will be nuts. And I'm here for it. I'm just pissed that Arman's probably not going to get a title shot until like 2026 if he's lucky. But it is what it is. Luckily, Arman's still pretty young. And then, so one other piece of news, it's not for UFC 318, it's for UFC 319, but it's a fight that a lot of us have been waiting to hear about. And finally, we get an official announcement. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis, main event of UFC 319. Going to be an awesome fight, really interesting fight. The lines are already up. I saw Dricus is like somewhere between plus 175 and plus 200, and I love Khamzat. I think he's a different human being. He's just a specimen, and there's nobody comparable to him. What he did to Robert Whittaker, I think, is just unreal. And if you guys watch me, I'm a huge Robert Whittaker fan. That was just crazy. He can finish Dricus. He can get him out of there early. Dricus has been finished before. Soldic did it. I think Khamzat can do it as well. But you have to think that after seeing Khamzat against Kamaru Usman and the way he slowed down in the third round, is he going to be able to hang with Dricus in round 3, in round 4, in round 5? If Dricus is still alive, I don't know. So it's a spot where I probably won't have a pre-bet. But if Dricus survives that first round and Khamzat beat the crap out of him and I'm getting a nice line, I'll probably get in, because I still doubt I still doubt Khamzat's cardio. I just don't think it's that good. And it seems like no matter how much work he puts in, I don't really think it's going to change. Maybe it will. It hasn't been tested since that Kamaru fight, and that was a while ago now. But I just think that the 5 rounds really favors Dricus, and it's going to be a sick fight regardless. It's going to be a really fun, exciting fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that's it, guys. That's the fight news. Still waiting on an official announcement with JDM and Islam, but I'm sure it's going to happen soon. I think they're 100% making that fight next. And it's kind of whack because the welterweight division is so stacked right now. I mean, we have Michael Morales fighting Burns this week. Probably wins. So he's right up there. Undefeated, young guy, 25. You have Buckley, who's fighting Usman, probably going to win that. So he's up there. Ian Gary is up there. Sean Brady is up there. And then there's somebody else who I'm forgetting. Carlos Prates, I would say, is still in the picture, but needs to get another win and come back. You still have to consider Bilal. Bilal is still there and still an elite fighter. Shavkat, who's sitting out right now because he's injured. It's just such a stacked division. And if Islam becomes champ, he's not going to fight Bilal. So Bilal's never seen the title again. And then he only fights like once or twice a year. And I think it's going to be even less, honestly. I think it's going to be once a year if he wins the welterweight belt. And we're just not going to see him defend much. But here's the thing. As high as I am on Islam, and I'm a big fan of his as well, I think JDM can beat him. After seeing JDM with Bilal and seeing Islam with Poirier, I think JDM can beat him. I think JDM might be too big, and I think that Islam might struggle with the size difference there. So Really exciting stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time.